I think consumers do understand that, sales and marketing is part of society. And I don't see a world right now where a lot of people are being solicited or called without some sort of engagement. Whether or not they realize what they were agreeing to is a separate conversation. But I think most consumers are tolerant of a process that does not seem obtrusive. And, we know that there have been instances in the past where an organization will receive a form fill and, they will make 12 outbound calls to that consumer that day, right? That becomes an annoyance and it becomes obtrusive to the consumer. But if the consumer got, one or two calls and then, maybe the next day at different times there were one or two calls. And when they spoke to them, they said, thank you for the information. We're going to hold off right now. We're no longer interested. And then the entity stopped calling. I think that's a more positive experience for the consumer. And they're going to want that balance, because if they were seeking information and options at some level, the only way they're going to get it is through the communication of, SMS or email or phone calls or all the above. So I think that fine line of, potentially how bad actors, so to speak, are operating versus a legitimate response to a consumer inquiry, I think for the most part, the consumer recognizes that. And what we have to be careful of is, throwing out the baby with the bathwater, where everyone's being painted with the same brush and the regulations are being created in a way that affects both good and bad actors. And that's where the education and the advocacy comes in, and sit downs with the regulators talking about the good versus the bad and how we come to middle ground. And I think everybody wins in that case.